the 1989 America Cup, the football championship of South America. It's the second round of matches today. The tournament really warming up now with the last four battling it out for the title currently held by Uruguay. And they feature then in our first game tonight. They're playing Argentina, the world champions, and contrasting fortunes, as I was saying there, from the opening games. Uruguay, a 3-0 win over Paraguay, a little flattering perhaps, and Argentina losing by 2-0 to Brazil, and a very impressive performance from Brazil, the host nation here. Well, we're still awaiting the two teams for the kickoff. The Uruguayan side already out on the field. It's Ruben, who had an outstanding game in the opening match against Paraguay. But alongside me here, joining in with the commentary, is Don Howe, the England coach. There we see Diego Maradona. Don Howe, also now the new assistant manager of Queen's Park Rangers. So congratulations on that appointment, Don.
Thank you, Peter.
But your thoughts on the prospects for this game here?
Well, obviously, it's going to be a hard game. I mean, down there in South America, I mean, although they're highly skillful, I mean, individual skills are fantastic. It's always physical. You know, I can remember 4 years ago seeing Uruguay play Chile. It's very, very physical. But we're going to see perhaps two of the greatest players on that continent and perhaps in the world. One, obviously, Maradona. And the question marks are, who will mark Maradona in the Uruguayan side? How will Maradona play? Will he be given a free role to roam anywhere on the pitch? And then on the Uruguayan side, we've got Francescoli, who rates really alongside Maradona. He hasn't got the plaudits Maradona's got, but a super player. And obviously, he'll operate for Uruguay in midfield. So it should be a super game.
Well, there's the lineup for Uruguay. Just looking through there, I think it's more or less the same side that they played in the opening game. We'll just check on that for you in a moment. But play is underway. Argentina in blue shirts and white shorts. Uruguay in white shirts and black shorts. Argentina are attacking the goal to our right. There's their lineup. Caniggia is in the starting lineup, I notice. He didn't play in the first game. He came on as a substitute. So they've made one significant change there up front. And here is Argentina on the attack now, with Maradona lurking in the middle, but the cross unable to reach him. So a corner then in the opening seconds to Argentina. Caniggia there was on the near post. Headed clear though by Herrera. Then from Gutierrez. And Uruguay looked very strong in the back, or at the back in the first game. De Leon was, here he is, De Leon, the key defender, and they seem to have built the defence around him. And Zioli had an outstanding game in goal too. This is De Leon, plays for the Nacional Club, who are the reigning world club champions, having beaten PSV Eindhoven back in December of last year. And we saw how strong they were on the counter-attack in the opening game against Paraguay. Here's Francescoli now for Uruguay. And this man, Paz, was certainly instrumental in their victory. Now for Sosa, laid on the first goal for Francescoli. Alzamendi trying to get through. And a free kick to Argentina. And you were saying, Don, about Diego Maradona. He is, no doubt at all, the most gifted player in the world. He can be a frustrating one too. He tends to drift in and out of some games.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot is expected from him all the time, Pete. I mean, I think everybody expects him to show a flash of genius every time he's on the ball. Well, that's impossible. But seeing him at the start of the game, he's definitely got a free role. It looks as though Argentina are going to play two up front, and he's going to come and operate kind of deep in with the midfield players.
Batista. This is Klassen. Operates as a fairly attack-minded defender down the right flank. Batista going in strongly, but away though by Gutierrez. One of the many players out on this pitch who play their club football abroad. Gutierrez from Lazio. Maradona, of course, from Napoli at the moment. Although there are strong reports that he may well be heading for France and Marseille. Francescoli there, number 19. And safely through to Zioli. Dominguez. De Leon here, an absolute rock at the back. The turn then by Francescoli, who looked very lively against Paraguay and has started in similar vein here. Francescoli, scorer of the opening goal. But for a while in the first game, they were a goal up and defending that lead fairly rigidly. And Paraguay had chances, but then they showed on the counter-attack that they can score in that fashion too. And here is Sosa. And on the counter-attack against Paraguay, they got 2 goals towards the end to make it a fairly convincing 3-0 win. And this fellow Sosa, Don, looks a very useful player, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, he's been doing it for Uruguay now for a number of years, did in the World Cup. Nice little free kick move there. I mean, he lined up with the fella on the ball, then made a late run, and he slipped him in. The only thing about beating the 2 defenders, he had to come inside onto his right foot, which is not his good foot, and that's why the shot was wide, or hit the side netting.
Free kick to Uruguay, to Argentina rather. The foul on Francescoli. Ruggeri, one of the survivors from the '86 World Cup final team, playing alongside Brown in the heart of the Argentine defence. A break on here. This is Alzamendi going all the way. Well, a tame shot in the end, but a spirited run. Alzamendi, who's in the veteran stage now at 33, but he's a very cool finisher. But on this occasion, the shot was a rather poor one. Klaassen. Another free kick to Argentina. They, of course, don't have to play qualifying matches for the next World Cup in Italy. They go there anyway as defending champions. But, of course, building towards that defence of the trophy. And here's Caniggia. And a good save then. By Zioli. Fairly new face in the Uruguayan side, Zioli. But he demonstrated the other night what a competent goalkeeper he is. Plays for the Danubio club, one of the leading clubs in Uruguay. Francescoli, who has that ability to turn his marker. So hard to shake off. Paz. This is Herrera. The atmosphere around the stadium fairly quiet at the moment. I'm sure there'll be a lot more noise later when Brazil take the field. Indeed, it was quite deafening in the first half of their game against Argentina. And the game was played at a cracking pace. Here's Sosa. This time, shaken off the ball. Caniggia. De Leon here, the covering defender. Francescoli. Caught though by Batista. Given away then by Klaassen. And Argentina will certainly have been disappointed by their showing in the opening game. They had very few shots at goal against Brazil. Maradona seems to have got an injury at the moment, which won't be good news for them. And they have made this change up front, bringing on Caniggia. Osvaldo leaving it for Burruchaga. And he, you remember, scored the winning goal for Argentina in Mexico in '86 in the final against West Germany. This is Gutierrez for Uruguay. At 8 minutes gone, no score as yet. But an early chance for Uruguay with Alzamendi. And good goalkeeping too from Zioli at the other end. Gutierrez. So, Don, your early thoughts?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a typical South American game. It's mainly short passing. It's all over 10 yards. And yet when they, I mean, that's the first long ball just a second ago. It was the first long ball they played. And like when they do play a long ball, it's as though they just don't know how to play it. They don't seem to mix their game up a little bit like we do. You know, it's short, build. You know, you just tend to think, well, if they balanced it with the occasional long ball, perhaps they'd find people out.
This is Basualdo for Argentina. Now for Maradona, who's popped up on the right wing. Burruchaga. Maradona, useful interchange of passes here. As Don was saying, the short ball. And Caniggia just failing to reach that one. But it'll be a corner anyway to Argentina. Carlos Bilardo, their coach, will have had some strong words to say, I would think, after their showing in the opening game. And they've certainly started in fairly lively fashion here. Uruguay, winners of the trophy 2 years ago, beating Chile in the final. And both these sides have won the South American Cup on 9 occasions. Brazil, surprisingly, have only won it 3 times. The last of those was, I think, some 40 years ago. Burruchaga combining with Basualdo. It's Burruchaga again. He's been out for a long time through injury, so strong test for Burruchaga, very much the hero in '86. And Maradona, as ever, Don, taking the corners, the free kicks, the throw-ins as well, aren't they?
Well, obviously, I mean, he has the ability to stick the ball virtually on a penny if he has to. I mean, anyone who makes the right type of move, and I would think they've worked it out, he can stick it there.
Here's Maradona now. Beaten, though, by Sosa, but another corner. Maradona, I think this time, will opt for a long corner. Spectacularly cleared away. But Maradona, I was going to say back in possession again, but the ball out of play for a throw to Uruguay. Taken by Dominguez. Batista operates just in front of the back four. Here's Burruchaga. Sensini. Again, it's the patient build-up from Argentina. Paz. Sosa taking over. Trying to find Alzamendi through the middle, but gathered easily by Pompidou, who will you remember from the '86 final. They haven't had much of a year in terms of results, Argentina, but of course they've been without their overseas players. They bring them all back when it comes to a major tournament. Dominguez breaking out of defence, but crowded out on that occasion. Maradona. Trying to get Caniggia away. But again, it was De Leon showing his defensive ability. Alzamendi, Francescoli. Laza had pulled away to the right, but here's Francescoli again. As Don was saying, one of the top players in the world, Francescoli. And here's another one, Ruben Paz. Perdomo. Herrera. Herrera going all the way here. Still Herrera. Cleared away from inside that 6-yard area. But Herrera, the right fullback, threatening to score then. Cleared away, I think, by Sensini at the last. And that a very dangerous run, Don.
Well, he created the chance himself. I mean, it was a nice change of play. The build-up was down the left for the Uruguayans. Swapped it to the right. Here he comes now into the box. Beats players by a dummy shot and then has to hit it off his left foot. But it could have gone in, you know. I mean, that's what they do well. They get the full-backs forward well.
Here's the corner. Oh, off the post. Francescoli going in now. And eventually Argentina getting it away, but a real scare for them then. The ball coming back off the post from the corner. So Uruguay having soaked up a little bit of pressure, inflicting some of their own, and very nearly taking the lead there on 2 occasions. Here's Perdomo, and that will certainly hearten Uruguay. It was Laza with the shot that came back off the upright. Basualdo for Argentina. Here's Maradona. Fouled though by Alzamendi. Maradona wanting to take charge. Finding Caniggia. Easily broken up though this time by Dominguez. Now for Paz. Herrera, who had the kind of run that I think a few English fullbacks would have been pleased with, Don.
Yeah. Be interesting to see.
Here he is again, just to interrupt, because Herrera is looking very dangerous down that flank. Away by Ruggieri.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see Maradona's appetite for the game, because he's walking around the pitch. I don't know whether it's this kind of slow, quick, slow style, but it doesn't look as though he's too interested at the moment, Peter.
Same kind of approach that I think he showed really in the first game. But as we all know, he can step up a gear when he needs to. Alzamendi. Here's Paz. Now for Sosa, seeing plenty of the ball again in the early stages. Alzamendi. There's Sosa. Brilliant save by Pompidou. Sosa turns so sharply then. And Pompidou had to be at his most alert to keep him out. Uruguay looking very sharp up front. There's Caniggia breaking away here for Argentina, but a lone figure at the moment up front. But again there, the skill of Sosa.
Yeah, I think that Sosa's got the freedom to use both flanks, Peter. He's playing down the left sometimes and he's playing down the right. That time he came up on the right wing, and obviously as he came inside, he came onto his good foot, his left foot, and hit that terrific shot. Keeper made a good save off that.
Pompidou, the world-class goalkeeper, of course. And that was an outstanding save to deny Sosa. But Uruguay growing in confidence now. Francescoli. And that was an important interception by Sensini here. Maradona almost touched it off. Dominguez making his assault down the left flank, but to no avail. And Maradona calling for more urgency from those around him anyway, Don.
Yeah. I think he wants it himself, because every time he gets forward and the play breaks down, they lose the ball, Argentina. He's not the one to want to run back.
time here for Herrera from the Penarol club in Uruguay. And it's interesting, Don, we were talking beforehand, it's a small nation, Uruguay, but they always seem to produce an outstanding national team, and their club sides do so well too.
I'll tell you what, it's fantastic. I mean, we've been over there a couple of times, I suppose, in the last 6 years, the England team. And when you go there, it's just like England used to be. All the kids are playing football on every spare piece of land that there is. You know, in the street, on the corners of the pavements, everywhere you can. So you can understand why it happens. Sure, they've, you know, I mean, the actual number of people living in Uruguay is very few. And yet they do get a fantastic national team. They do get a fantastic club team. They're always winning this South American Championship. The club team wins the club championship. Super footballers.
And they're on the rampage now with Francescoli. Alzamendi trying to get the better of Ruggeri. The field rather in vain for a penalty. No serious suggestion of one, though. Troslio for Argentina. This is Burushaga. Osvaldo. Here's Batista. Troslio, fought down though by Ostalaza. Towering figure in midfield for Uruguay. Ostalaza going in too strongly then on Troslio, who does like to take his opponent on. But a free kick to Argentina. It's a fair way out. Whether Burushaga might try one from here. Maradona has once decided not to take command of the situation and has gone off into the penalty area. Burushaga, and that'll be comfortable for the goalkeeper Zioli. I wouldn't think that Argentina's most productive way to goal would be in the air. This is Cuchifo, who's come into the side, one of the replacements from the first game. Almost at the halfway point in the first half, no goals. If you're just joining us, this is the match in the final round of the South American Championship, the America Cup. It's Argentina 0, Uruguay 0. Batista. Argentina, for those of you not aware of the situation, beaten 2-0 by Brazil in their first game. Uruguay came through comfortably against Paraguay, 3-0. Another foul on Troslio. Little chip there from Maradona. This time it was Perdomo who caught him. Maradona. Here's Batista. Now Basualdo. Klassen had made a run away to his right. But Uruguay quickly closing down the opposition and looking to break here. It's a lovely ball, slotted through, and Paz producing a great save again from Popido, who was in the right place. But how quickly then they sprung from defence to attack. And Pompidou got his angles just right.
Well, Pompidou's got them out of trouble twice now, Peter. I mean, that was a terrific break by the Uruguayans, and you would expect Ruben Paz, with his ability and his experience, to score from that position. But give the goalkeeper credit, it was a good save.
Here's Paz now. No free kick for the tackle on Sosa. But they demonstrated there again, Don, just how quickly they can break.
Yeah, well, they've done it twice now. Herrera was the other one, the right back the last time, and now that one. You know, they look as though they're playing for the break, the Uruguayans, whereas the Brazilians are taking the ball to the Uruguayans all the time.
Argentinians, you mean?
The Argentinians, sorry.
Yes. So many South American teams we're taking in this championship, and we're looking forward to seeing Brazil later on in their match against Paraguay. Here's Burushaga. Now Maradona. He has the strength to hold off tackles, and down the years he's come used to receiving that sort of treatment. I think he's mastered too, Don, the art of falling over when he needs to.
Oh,
he thinks he might have lost it.
I mean, he gets so much stick though, Peter, that obviously he's protecting himself by going down.
Francescoli with the free kick for Argentina. Here's Sosa. Catch from behind then by Klassen. Bad tackle then on Sosa. Very much a danger man for Uruguay. And I think it may well be a caution. Indeed it is for Klassen, whose foot was very high. You'll see there. Rather lashed out at Sosa.
Well, to be honest there, Peter, in the first instance, Sosa went in hard and he went very high for the ball, you know, and he caught the wrong end of it on the second challenge. You know, I mean, I don't know whether the referee took any names there or not, but you know, he just he started the thing.
He may have taken Klassen's name. Maradona. Surely brushed the arm of Maradona then, but the referee allowing play to go on. Francescoli. But the Argentinians still getting into their stride, really. Fairly promising start, but Uruguay showing what a threat they pose on the break. Francescoli. Francescoli. Caught though by Perdomo, who's the anchor man in midfield. And the free kick given to Argentina. Maradona having his say.
He's a new name to me, Peter, Francescoli, but I'm very impressed with him because he looks as though he rotates with Maradona. If Maradona comes deep, he goes forward. If Maradona goes forward, he comes deep. And he's very good on the ball in midfield. He runs with the ball and beats players and plays 1-2s. I'm quite impressed with him.
Plays for Verona in Italy, Francescoli. Whistle's gone. Wouldn't have counted anyway if Basualdo had managed to score then. Francescoli from Verona, his first season in Italy, formerly with River Plate. And in fact has been recently recalled to the Argentinian side. Zioli here, who performed heroics in the first game to keep Paraguay out. Batista with the header. Free kick to Argentina. Oscar Laza again going in strongly. There's Maradona. Good tackle though by Herrera. Here's Sosa. Can't seem to have a free roll on either flank, and very effective he's been so far. But composed defending here by Basualdo, one of the newcomers in the Argentinian side. Klassen almost got caught then by Paz. And then he was fouled by Francescoli. A lot of free kicks in the first half, but some good moments too. It was a fine tackle by Paz. Perdomo, who captained the side that won the South American Championship 2 years ago. There's Alzamendi in the veteran stage now, but still an accomplished striker. Scorer of one of the 3 goals against Paraguay. Here's Maradona. Little burst of pace from him. Caniggia. Now, can Argentina create something here? Here's Caniggia. Salvo by Gutierrez. And they seem just a little short of ideas.
Well,
around the penalty area.
Yeah, but also that any sign of danger and the man gets chopped down. I mean, that's typical South American, I'm afraid. Yeah, I mean, the Argentinian, I mean, it's all 1-2s, nice little 1-2s in midfield without really looking as though they're going to create anything in and around the box.
Here's a chance now. Maradona. United endeavour to curl one in here. The referee wants that wall, a six-man wall further back. Maradona takes it anyway and curls it just wide. And well, he may look aloft. Very close then. Beautifully curled round and just past the post. But you never know what he might try.
Yeah, well, you know, his skills, everybody knows the ability of his skills. And a free kick in that part of on that edge, on the right side of the penalty box, with his left foot, he's dragging it over the wall and away from the goalkeeper. And as it was then, he dragged just past the post. But I mean, obviously, in that position, he's always got a good chance of scoring.
Free kick to Uruguay. Almost half an hour gone now in the first half. Still no goals, but certainly opportunities at both ends. Mainly for Uruguay. And some outstanding goalkeeping by Pompidou to keep them out. Dominguez with the throw. Francescoli holds the ball up so well and prepared to take defenders on too. Here's Perdomo. Good ball knocked through then, very nearly found Sosa. Just seems to be that little bit more imagination about Uruguay.
Well, he keeps finding Sosa keeps finding himself some space all the time to get in the back of the Argentinian defence, Peter. He's a danger all the time, and it's mainly off Ruben Paz. Ruben Paz picks it up left half, and he's looking for Sosa, or he's looking for Alzamendi, and he always gets them in.
Argentina coming forward now. Here's Maradona. Foul though. Free kick to Argentina. Defence by Dominguez. Klaassen to Maradona. He has that ability to beat an opponent in such a confined space. Such an outstanding player. I wonder if now he's going to parade those talents in France with Marseille. Chris Waddle, of course, of Tottenham, has already gone there. Money appears to be no object. They'll need some money to pay for Maradona. Here's Caniggia. And the goal kick given. They're talking, I think, Don, something around £16 million to get Maradona to go to Marseille.
Well, this man at Marseille, he seems as though he wants to win everything. He's prepared to buy all the best players in the world to win everything. It will be interesting to see if he can fit them all together.
Diego Maradona perhaps feels that he's got as far as he will do with Napoli. They've just won the UEFA Cup, the first time in their history.
Well, the thing about it, Peter, is that, I mean, you can have all these fine players, but there's only one ball on the pitch. They can't all have a ball.
Uruguay have it at the moment with Dominguez. Paz failing to find Francescoli this time. But Paz such an influence in midfield as he was in the opening game. Here's Maradona now. Beginning to see a little more of the ball and perhaps showing a little more urgency for the situation. Osterlaza. Of course, if he's in the mood, Maradona absolutely lethal. Gutierrez with a strong tackle. And an illegal one that time on Maradona. Ruggieri with the free kick. Here's Basualdo. Got away from Paz. Looks a fair player, Basualdo. Now for Ruben Paz. You'll know all about Ruben Paz. Well, Argentina, he plays for the Racing Club there. Perdomo. Uruguay giving the ball away. Caniggia. looking to show his speed and his strength, and he's kept going well here. Got Burashaga in the middle. Maradona was there too, cut out by Herrera. But Argentina had got players forward then, and if Caniggia had found one of his teammates, it could well have been the opening goal. As it is, Uruguay survive, and there's still no score here.
Caniggia reminds me a lot in style of Paul Walsh, the Tottenham player. You know, he's got long hair, runs with the ball well, gets on the end of things, takes people on. Very busy player. He looks as though he's the only one who might prize a goal or make a chance.
He, in fact, has scored the only 2 goals that Argentina have scored in the competition so far, from the qualifying rounds and the opening game against Brazil. In fact, Argentina in the group games scored only twice, as I was saying there, and they didn't concede a goal either, so they're clearly pretty tight defensively. Although a couple of errors allow Brazil to get 2, and there's Maradona. Absolutely astonishing. That was incredible. Well, bumping his fists on the ground, but that was an amazing shot then from Maradona. Only just inside the opposition half. Zioli was off his line and off the crossbar. I can't recall ever seeing one quite like that done.
Well, unless we go back to Pele in the 1970s in Brazil, where he knocked one over the bar from a kick-off. But I mean, that's terrific vision and terrific skill. I mean, he's playing there kind of in the centre of the pitch. He picks a ball up in the centre circle, and he knows exactly where the Uruguayan goalkeeper is, and he thumps it, and he's caught it. And it's only, I mean, it's in the lap of the gods, and it's hit the crossbar. It could have gone in, it didn't, it came out. Terrific ability and skill and vision.
That is vision of quite astounding proportions. Burashaga, Zioli with the save. The crowd still digesting that moment of sheer magic from Maradona. I can remember the one of Pele's. I think he was further forward though than that even. Maradona could only just have been inside the half. 10 minutes to half-time, no goals, but a quite astonishing piece of play from Diego Maradona. And what a mercurial player he is, to even think of doing that.
Well, I mean, that's what he's made of, isn't it? He's made of the unpredictable, isn't he? I mean, he's going to do things on the football pitch the average player can't do. And what we don't all expect of him, even us watching, we don't expect those type of things to happen. And he's seen it, and he's done it. And with a little bit of luck, he scored. And it also woke the crowd up.
Well, it certainly brought the game to life, and if that had gone in, I think you'd have to mark that down as the most amazing goal ever scored. Diego Maradona, a genius. Here's Burashaga. Gutierrez, given away though. And then the situation retrieved by Herrera, who himself has had some inspired moments down that right flank. Not this time though, caught by Batista. Burashaga. Klaassen. Fails to find Maradona, and Uruguay can start all over again here with Paz. Now he's given it away, play just a little untidy. Maradona decides not to shoot this time. That quite took your breath away.
Well, if Monsieur Toupé from Marseille is watching this game, Peter, he'll be writing the cheque for 16 million now.
It's what every spectator wants to see, that unpredictable moment, as you say. Batista. Here's Maradona now, and they'll be anxious to close him down in case he tries another one. Lovely skill from Maradona. It's always a privilege to see him play, and I remember the semi-final of the World Cup out in Mexico when he took over the game, scored both goals against Belgium, and was quite exhilarating. Alzamendi for Uruguay. And of course, all Englishmen remember his 2 goals.
Oh, of course.
Back in Mexico, of somewhat contrasting nature. Ruben Paz for Uruguay. Paz again. Faced by Ruggieri. Here's Dominguez. Francescoli. Again, tight, close control from him. He got away from Basualdo. Too many defenders in the end for him. But a lot of players out here, Don, capable of doing extraordinary and exceptional things on the ball.
Well, you know, I mean, their game is different to our game. It's a slower game. It's all 1-2s and short passing. But every now and again.
Oh, and there's a mistake there. And a goal, surely, yes! From Sosa. Well, we're talking about the unpredictable. And that certainly happened there. Dreadful and sloppy defensive play by Argentina, and Sosa taking full advantage. Just over 5 minutes to half-time. They got themselves in a terrible tangle at the back. Ruggieri couldn't get back there to retrieve it.
Oh, it is his pressure on the defender.
Francescoli there, yes. And Sosa had the presence of mind to go around the goalkeeper. And that's as cool a piece of finishing as you could hope to see. A mistake here by Sensini. And how about that for finishing?
Yeah, well, he took it well, but all it was a ball played into the centre forward. The defender won the ball, but he was facing his own goal, and he risked a back pass that the lad read it well. And obviously he did very well to keep his calm and then go around the goalkeeper and slot it.
So Ruben Sosa, who tormented Paraguay in the opening game, is now the scourge of Argentina as well. He's given Uruguay the lead, 1-0. Yellow card brandished then. And Argentina again have to come from behind, as they did against Brazil, and they were unsuccessful then. I wonder if Uruguay are going to go on to win this game. They've been impressive in the first half. They've created chances. They've looked like scoring. And now they have the lead. Here's Alzamendi. Herrera going on. And Klassen having to concede the corner. Pompidou doesn't look too happy about it. But again, Herrera causing problems. And Uruguay playing with a lot of confidence now. And this fellow Herrera, a very attack-minded defender. Argentina facing another corner. Conceded by the man on the near post there, Klassen. And they really can't afford to go another goal down now. Herrera trying a Maradona. Not quite so successfully though, but Herrera has been impressive, hasn't he, Don?
Yes, he has. He's come from the back well and he's picked up balls. And when he's picked them up, he hasn't just crossed it. He's run at people and gone by them and created chances for himself. I'll say this, the Argentinian defence, especially in the centre of defence, the two centre-backs, they look very uncertain. I mean, people are getting in the back of them quite easy, and there looks a lot of misunderstanding.
Caniggia had Maradona inside him, but going on his own, and clearly balked then by De Leon. A rugged challenge that earns a free kick to Argentina. 3 minutes to half-time, so perhaps an opportunity here to snatch an equaliser. Who knows what Maradona might try. Scioli will certainly want that defensive cover ahead of him. Absolutely right. But Achaga is there too. But here is Maradona. Basualdo is the Argentine player there, hoping to get on the end of it. And Klassen having to steer the ball all the way back to Pompidou. Achaga. Gutierrez in a bit of trouble there at the back for Uruguay. Good tackle though by Herrera. Batista, no foul. Referee allowing play to go on. Chaga couldn't get past De Leon, who once again is proving a tower of strength at the back for Uruguay. They're very well organised and they break extremely quickly. And they've scored the only goal of the half so far. Sosa winning the throw. Casanova across there with him. So heading towards half-time, it looks as if Uruguay are going to go in with the lead. And they deserve one too, I think, on the balance of play. There's Herrera. Laza. De Leon, very powerful, striding away. Here's Dominguez. We're now into the last minute of the first half. Pompidou beaten by the shot from Sosa for the only goal of this first half. Batista. This is Paz. Trying to thread the ball through the middle. Osvaldo was in the way, and Ruggieri allowing the ball to run through to Pompidou. Osvaldo. We're now into time added on for stoppages. Haven't been too many. Maradona on for Chaga, who felt he was fouled. The referee didn't agree. Gutierrez for Uruguay. Maradona lurking and hoping. They can't take too many risks with him around. Laza. The referee has had a look at the watch. So the first half is almost over. Laza. Alzamendi trying to go through for Uruguay unsuccessfully. And there is the half-time whistle. And it's Uruguay then who lead at half-time. The goal from Sosa after a mistake at the back by Argentina. A moment of sheer magic from Maradona that almost produced a goal. But at half-time it was a mistake by poor old Sensini here. It has Uruguay leading by a goal to nil. I think deservedly so too on the shape of the first 45 minutes. And one or two dejected faces there among the Argentinian players who will welcome the break they're going to have now. We're going to have a break too. Join us again after that. So here we are again then in the Maracana Stadium as the two teams take the field in readiness for the second half. Pompidou, the Argentine goalkeeper, beaten by Ruben Sosa for the only goal so far. Zioli at the other end, not really with too much to do, but when he has been called on, he's looked pretty efficient. So Don Howe, looking back then on that first half, and one or two individuals I know have impressed you.
Well, I would think the Argentinian coach, Biliardo, will be sorting out a few things there. I mean, the middle of the defence, Ruggiero and Cuchifo, I mean, they look very uncertain, and the understanding with Pompidou, I mean, at the moment, it looks as though they haven't played together too often. Pompidou's made up one or two good saves, I mean, don't get me wrong, but I think he's being let down with the sense of his defence. And I would also be thinking he wants to get more people forward. I mean, it's just Caniggia and Chaga up front, and they're not getting enough support from people from the back, and they're not really creating chances, the Argentinians. For Uruguay, well, I think they keep saying, well, get the ball to the left, get it to Paz, get it to Sosa. These are the people who create the chances, as they have done all the first half, and I think that the Uruguayans will be expecting to build on the lead.
Well, Uruguay then start the second half. And I know you've been impressed with Sosa and Paz, perhaps more so than Francescoli at this stage.
Well, Francescoli, is not a bad, he's an outstanding player. For some unknown reason, he hasn't got involved in the game like he normally does. I don't know, I suppose, you know, you look at these players, that they go through a hard season now in Europe, and then they come to these South American Championships. Perhaps they haven't, it's just not there. Perhaps their legs are tired.
Uruguay now kicking from left to right as we look out. This is De Leon. Ruben Sosa. Throw to Argentina. In danger of losing their first two games at the moment, having gone down 2-0 against Brazil. Trailing here by a 1-0 as well. This is Batista. Sensini's pass to Caniggia. Here's Sosa. Lovely left foot he has. And he's shown that to good effect in the Italian League too. With Lazio, plays with Gutierrez, the Uruguayan central defender. Foul was on Batista. Here's the free kick. Batista. Franchio. Maradona, lovely little flick from him. Here's Maradona. And we have to admit that the Argentine management have thrown us completely here by bringing on number 22, who is not on their list. And in fact, the numbers only go up to 20. So I'm afraid at the moment we can't tell you who he is, but we'll endeavour to find out for you. Sosa, no foul. Klassen. Free kick this time. Here's Batista for Argentina. Paz, a little bit of retribution perhaps for what he felt should have been a free kick for the tackle on Sosa. Franchio, it's a long way out, very nearly crept in. Pompido had to keep a very careful watch on that one. And he covered it just by the post. Franchio, who impressed on Howe in the first half, and he might just have got an equaliser then. A little bit more luck. And if he'd been up against a goalkeeper of lesser quality than Pompido. Foul then on Maradona. He's taken a few tumbles down the years. He's had such close attention from defenders wherever he's played all over the world. He's like a little pocket battleship, Maradona. Here he is now, driving the ball over the bar.
There looks more urgency about the Argentinian side in the second half. They're getting the ball forward a lot quicker. They're looking to get the ball in the box a lot quicker, and obviously they're looking to get shots in. So it looks as though they've had a real good sort out at half-time.
Certainly Carlos Bilardo won't have been too happy with the first half showing. Zioli not really extended to any great measure. Although that scare, of course, when Maradona beat him from just inside the Uruguayan half, and the ball bouncing back off the bar. Here is Maradona, as ever, directing operations. Another free kick to Argentina. Playing, as Don was saying, with a little bit more purpose now. And of course, there's always a threat of being caught on the break by Sosa and company. Time here for Sensini. Here's Batista. Maradona. Caniggia. Maradona again. Basualdo. Now goes Tronchlio looking for the free kick. It isn't given. Here's Paz. Good tackle though by Basualdo. And then he gives it away. Dominguez looks comfortable on the ball too. Foul on Francescoli. By Cucifo, who's in the side in place of Brown. Whether Brown is injured, we're not sure, but certainly not in the starting lineup for Argentina. This is Sosa. Francescoli. Osterlaza. Francescoli goes down. Wriggling past 1, 2 tackles, then he is fouled. Right on the edge of the area. He's so difficult to dispossess, Don, isn't he?
Well, yeah, and also they do this to create exactly what he's got there, a free kick on the edge of the box. If he sees a crowd of blue shirts in this game, he will go at them, knowing for a fact anyone who touches him, they will get a free kick, and obviously in this position there's a hell of a good chance of scoring.
Another couple of feet, and that could have been a penalty. But anyway, it's a free kick in a very precarious situation for Argentina. Ruben Paz is there. And the referee making sure that wall is the requisite distance away. Osterlaza and Alzamendi both in the wall as well. 2 Uruguayans. And the referee telling Osterlaza to go somewhere else. I don't think he wants him in the wall. It does its job anyway. Ruben Paz. Paz and Sosa rather similar in style, aren't they?
Yes, they've both got this kind of stocky build, kind of wide in the body, good on the ball, get over the ball and run with it well. They both are very similar.
The Argentinians want to make a second substitution. Gorosito, I think it was, where they are looking to bring on. In the meantime, here's Basualdo. Uruguay still leading by 1-0. If you're just joining us, that goal scored by Ruben Sosa a few minutes before half-time. Uruguay deservedly ahead at that stage. Argentina looking a little stronger in the second half. Here's Caniggia. They're trying to make the substitution now. It's Cucifo who's going off. Got a knock a little earlier on. So Gorosito comes on. And here he is now. Gorosito for Cucifo, the substitution for Argentina. Chaga was the player who went off at half-time. Maradona in a threatening position as the ball bounced safely through to the goalkeeper, Zioli. Gorosito. Good break down the flank here. Maradona beaten to the ball by Sosa. Ruggieri for Argentina. Enjoying a period of possession, but can they turn it into a goal? Sensini hoping to atone for his error in the first half that led to the goal. Well, there is certainly more purpose about Argentina now.
Without a doubt. I mean, they've stepped it up a little bit as well. I mean, there's a little bit more urgency in their play. They're running at people more. They're getting their crosses in. The balls are going forward more. You know, it's not all these kind of a million 1-2s in the centre circle. They are playing with a little bit more urgency. They're looking as though they might get an equaliser.
Here's the corner. Cleared rather hastily away for another corner.
I mean, this must be about the 4th or 5th corner this second half. Well, I mean, I think they only had about one in the first half.
Punched away by Zioli. No one from Uruguay in pursuit. And Argentina start all over again. Here's Basualdo. Now for Batista. Stringing these short passes together. Gorosito. Broken up though by De Leon. But he ran into trouble. And they pulled him out of the middle now, so there could be danger here. Caniggia trying to knock it back for Maradona. It was rather off balance, but I wonder if he might have had a go himself then, Dom.
Well, to be honest, I mean, he found himself some space to get on the end of the cross, but the ball was just beyond him. And he had a problem, so he did the right thing, really. He knocked it back towards the penalty spot for someone to get support in there to get a shot at goal. But at least it shows that if they do get those crosses in, people can find space in the box to get on the end of them.
It's another booking, this time for Batista for the foul on Francescoli, who has come in for some pretty rough treatment. Very closely marked. Gorosito involved in the game very quickly since coming on. Here's Maradona. And they'll be talking about his near miss for a long, long time to come. The first half shot that came back off the bar from just inside the Uruguay half. And if you did miss it by tuning in late, I'm sure there'll be opportunities to see it again. Another free kick to Uruguay. Had to soak up some pressure from Argentina in the early stages of the second half. Ruggieri's foul on Sosa. Uruguay, the defending champions of the America Cup. It's Sosa, who has a venomous shot. Scored 1 or 2 crackers in the Italian league for Lazio. Quick break on here, though. Rapido was well out of his goal.
That was a super through ball there, look, inside the full-back. If the cross could have gone to the back post rather than where it was, I think here again that somebody could have got on the end of it.
as it is, Uruguay stay in front. 3-0 against Paraguay, 1-0 they lead here. And coming up later on, don't forget, Brazil against Paraguay. And the atmosphere beginning to build now in the stadium as this match has caught the imagination of the crowd, and the next one will do so even more, I'm sure. But certainly it's an intriguing contest here, and while Argentina haven't been at their best, they're certainly still in contention. Herrera. Sosa rather lashing out. He's going to get a yellow card now. Wouldn't put Sosa down as a vindictive sort of player, though.
No. I mean, every time he gets the ball, he's under pressure, you know, and there's elbows and knees and feet flying to stop him. I mean, the Argentinians know that he's the danger man, and you know, you're a fantastic guy if you can keep your cool all the time.
Caracito. Dominguez struggling to get back, and the Uruguayan defence fully stretched then. Maradona will trot over to take the corner for Argentina. Below par in the first half, but they've stepped up the tempo in the second. And pressing for an equaliser now. Here's Maradona. Good tackle. Carelessly given away though. Here's Basualdo. Caniggia. Maradona with the shot. It won't count. It won't count. The whistle had already gone.
Yeah, he'd gone for offside, Peter.
Furious protest from the Argentine players, but it won't count. And the whistle quite clearly was blown.
Yeah, I mean, really, I mean, they're out of order here, the Argentinian players. I mean, the referee's made a proper decision. He's gone to the spot where the decision, and they still won't accept it.
Well, the referee had made his decision a good few seconds before the ball went into the back of the net.
Yeah, well, the shot came, it got deflected, but Caniggia there had gone off the pitch and came on the pitch, but he was in an offside position. He's not allowed to leave the pitch unless the referee says so.
Maradona still complaining, still arguing, and I really can't see why, because the decision was quite clearly made. He was offside, and we could see from the replay the referee's arm was up. He'd given the decision, and it was a good few seconds after that before the ball went in. So at last order is restored, and whatever Diego Maradona may think, even the world's best player can't be right all the time, and he most certainly is not right there. It was offside, and the referee absolutely right. No doubt at all, Argentina mean business in the second half. And Uruguay will be seeking the cushion of a further goal. Sosa rolling dramatically across the turf. Now there's more trouble here. Ruggeri bringing down Sosa.
I mean, there was no doubt about that there, Peter. I mean, the defender went to do him. And what he did, Sosa, he could see he was coming to hit him, so he played the ball forward and tried to get out of the way, and of course he hit him. I mean, the Argentinians at the moment, the team are out of control.
Well, they seem to have lost their heads at the moment, and the referee will have to calm them down. The linesman in there as well. And there's mayhem out there at the moment. The Argentinians following the referee around like sheep. And I really can't see what on earth they're complaining about. It was clearly a foul. Sosa admittedly made it look perhaps wrong.
Yeah, he made a meal of it. Oh, yes, he went rolling over and over and over. But the defender went to hit him. Look at him, side on. Give him a right whack. But he did make a meal of it. But there's no need for that. But it wasn't foul.
Sosa limping very badly on the sidelines there, as Herrera takes the free kick, and there's a danger that this match just might get out of hand. The Argentinians showing a lot of aggression.
You see, what's happened is it looks as though they've had a real kind of set to it half-time, and the manager's had a real go at them because of their attitude in the first half. Well, they've stepped their attitude of playing up, but also they've got out of control into their general kind of behaviour with the referee and with the game. You know, instead of just stepping up their play and controlling themselves, it's gotten right over the top now.
For players of this experience to show such a lack of discipline, it's really...
I mean, if Maradona really, he should be getting all of his own team, because this is not the way they're going to get an equaliser.
Maradona couldn't resist the challenge. Francescoli going in hard, too hard, free kick. Maradona again arguing the toss. Another yellow card, this time for Francescoli. Caniggia. Given away though to Sosa. Trying to get Alzamendi in. Alzamendi rather overshadowed in this game by the performance of Sosa and Paz and Francescoli. It's still a dangerous striker in his own right. But here's Maradona for Argentina, and again offside.
I would tell you something as well, Peter, is that I wouldn't like to start mixing it with the Uruguayans, because when he comes to the rough stuff, they're one of the best countries in the world, if best is the word.
They've had one or two altercations in the past. Of course, a bit of a revenge result that Uruguay are seeking here. They lost to Argentina in the '86 World Cup, you may remember, in Mexico. The stage before Argentina beating them.
Well, they've got a fantastic reputation for being tough guys, the Uruguayans.
Not been unknown to have the odd sending off down the years. Well, let's hope we don't have any in this game, but certainly it's been a very competitive second half in particular. The Argentines unhappy about one or two decisions that have gone against them, but I don't think the referee has made a mistake at all on them. Now he's given a free kick to Argentina here. And anything around the penalty area is potentially dangerous.
This is what's going to happen now, you see. People will pick up the ball and they'll run at defenders, and they'll run into blocks of defenders, knowing for a fact that they've got the referees under pressure, trying to get situations like this where they get free kicks on the edge of the box, hoping that they can get an equaliser from this type of free kick.
Let's see if they do. Here's Maradona. Straight into the wall, and again with the shot. Zioli right behind it. Perfectly placed. Two efforts from Maradona. The Uruguayans not really prepared to commit too many players forward now. Alzamendi was fouled on that occasion. They're quite happy to leave him upfield and occasionally send one or two up to help him.
Yes, well, that's what they'll do. They'll just leave one up there, and they'll hit the Uruguayans will hit the Argentinians on the break.
Another foul on Sosa. He's such a tricky player, and an outstanding one too. But he's all right to carry on straight away, and he'll take the free kick for Uruguay. Looking for the second goal that would make their position that bit more secure. Here's Paz. Two number 10s together. Maradona digging away at Paz, but unable to make contact with the ball. Batista has now, and it's a free kick to Argentina, the world champions, trailing Uruguay, the defending South American champions, by a goal to nil. The second half really boiling up now. Dominguez there before Klassen. Throw to Argentina, who brought back most of their overseas-based players for the championships. Good play by Paz. And the break is on through the middle. Alzamendi. He's been a lone figure, as I was saying up there, for much of the game. He's fouled yet again. He's had to take some punishment in this game. And the number of free kicks has stopped the game from flowing, really.
Well, that's it, yeah. I mean, the referee's under a hell of a lot of pressure in these situations. I mean, obviously he's got to give the free kicks. I mean, it just becomes one free kick after another. Free kick, free kick, free kick. You know, the game in terms of a spectacle has gone now.
But still, the result is in doubt. Francescoli wants to take the free kick. Maradona has decided he's going to stand in front of the ball. The referee is standing for no nonsense. Sosa is there, and Francescoli. Here's Sosa. The ball coming off the wall. Francescoli trying to turn. Osvaldo was there with him. Another corner to Uruguay. Just over a quarter of an hour of the game to go. And if it stays this way, it's 2 wins out of 2 for Uruguay, 2 defeats for Argentina. Sosa with the corner. Long one this time. Headed off the line. Another let-off for Argentina. The ball was cleared off the line.
Yeah, well, it was a lovely corner to the back post. It beat everybody. It was headed in, and the goalkeeper was done, and the defender did well. It bounced well nicely for the defender, and he got his head to it and knocked it out.
Well, it stays at 1-0. It could so easily have been 2. Pompidou helping the Uruguayan player to his feet. I think it was Paz. Garosito losing out. Here's Pasqualdo. Maradona just drifting past defenders. And Herrera forced to give away the corner. When Maradona set off on that little jinking run, the memories came back of
well, that's right. Yeah,
against
it takes us
England.
back to Mexico, Peter. Yeah, I mean, they crowd round him as soon as they know one of 2 things is going to happen when Maradona picks up the ball. They're either going to crowd round him and put him off that, or they're going to take it. They're going to take him out of the game. Just give a free kick.
There's the corner taken by Maradona. Here he is again. His influence has been growing throughout the game. Fairly quiet start. That moment of unbelievable play from him when he struck the bar. He's been behind most of their more productive moves in the second half, in which Argentina have certainly improved. Batista. What a chance here. Oh, and turned wide. Well, no, in fact, well, the opportunity almost came the way of Argentina in the end anyway. Still the danger hasn't passed. Saved by Pompidou. Well, it's all action stuff then. And how on earth did Uruguay survive?
Well, they carved out a nice opening there. They went through the middle, pushed it left. He got inside and he had to pull it across the goal. The goalkeeper did well to close him down. And then it still stayed in and around the box. There's another chance crops up again now.
Full marks though to Pompidou. Kept his head in a tricky situation. And he's certainly come to their rescue on a good few occasions in this game as Pompidou. Just look at Maradona's skill then. Almost bouncing past defenders. Still Maradona. sliding it through. He certainly is not lacking interest in the second half, is he, Maradona?
Well, he's picked himself up now. He's getting fully involved. He's getting plenty of the ball, and he looks as though he wants to get the ball forward, either go past people or get the pass forward. Now, in the first half, he wasn't really too interested.
Caniggia, a neat piece of skill. Still Caniggia. Brought down. Feels for the penalty. The referee not interested. I reckon Caniggia might have had a case then.
Well, to be honest, yes, he took his legs, you know, and it was just inside the corner of the box. I mean, there's no way that defender contacted the ball in that tackling situation.
Well, Caniggia may have been looking for the penalty, but he was certainly very direct in his attack on goal, and I reckon some referees might have given that one.
Yeah. I think the referee's in so much pressure that's what's going to happen. He's virtually whistling now virtually every 10 seconds. So obviously, he's not going to make the right decision spot on every time. And this is one of the problems of trying to intimidate him all the time and get on him all the time, is that occasionally it'll work against you.
Alzamendi. Francescoli. Sudden change of pace from him, which he's so adept at producing. It was interesting, though, Don, that there didn't seem so much fuss from the Argentinians over the penalty incident than there has been on others.
No, I think they got round him. I think one or two got round him, but I think he just didn't give it. He got out the way himself. He didn't stand around the referee, and I think they just had to accept it at the end of the day.
Alzamendi couldn't get on the end of that one. The Uruguayans wanting to bring on a substitute, Pereira. "12 minutes of the game to go. Uruguay still leading with that first half goal, a few minutes from half-time, by Ruben Sosa. And I wonder if at the end of the day, that's going to be the deciding goal. A lot of near misses, a lot of incident. Fascinating game here in the Maracana Stadium in Rio. Caniggia. Maradona skipping past one tackle, using his right foot for a change. A long clearance upfield. The ball safely back with Zioli. Uruguay, who had a bit of a struggle to qualify from their group. Indeed, it all rested on their final game as they prepare to bring on a substitute. Ruben Paz is going off to be replaced by Pereira. But as I was saying, in fact, not resting on their final game, but on Ecuador's game with Chile, and the result went Uruguay's way, so they went on to the final stage. Indeed, it was Argentina who topped that group, and Argentina who won the first meeting by 1-0. So this is the second game between the two sides in the America Cup. At the moment, it's going the other way, 1-0 to Uruguay. Francescoli. Down he goes. Surely no question of a penalty there. And in fairness to Francescoli, no claim for one either. Maradona. Here's the Argentine captain again, the man who held the World Cup aloft in '86. Hoping that Argentina can repeat the performance in Italy next year when they defend the trophy. Uruguay will be hoping to be there too. Caniggia. De Leon. Uruguay will look to contain Argentina in the last few minutes and hope just to spring them on the break as well for a second goal that could end it. At the moment, the contest still remains wide open. Here's Caniggia. Not up though by Dominguez. There's Sosa. Lovely change of pace. Alzamendi is up there with him. Sosa going on. What a goal! Brilliant goal by Sosa, who ran half a length in the field. Oh, that's a classic goal. Surely that's ended it now. Sprinting away. They couldn't catch him. He kept going and just tucked it past the goalkeeper. Pompido for Uruguay's second. Marvellous turn just inside the Argentine half. Klassen couldn't get back at it. Pompido couldn't get there either.
Well, that's a real outstanding goal. I mean, he's running with the ball, he's fantastic. And how he holds his challenge off here in the box is fantastic. Leans on the challenge and then just skips it over the goalkeeper. That is fantastic.
2 goals for Ruben Sosa, and it's Uruguay 2, Argentina 0, with just over 5 minutes to go, and he struck at the same point in the second half as he did in the first.
I mean, without a doubt, he's perhaps been the most outstanding forward on the pitch in this game, without a doubt. He's always been a threat. He's either going to make a chance or he's going to get a chance for himself.
Well, it's a really difficult task on now for Argentina. You can't really see them coming back. But who knows? It's been a game of many turns, many ups and downs. Perhaps there's one last twist to the story. Here's Maradona. If anyone can transform the game, it's him. But you can't see Uruguay conceding 2 now, Don.
No. And I'll tell you what, the way the lad De Leon at the back for Argentina, he's been absolutely outstanding, the centre-back there. He's won tackles, he's intercepted balls, he's come out from the back. His use of the ball has been absolutely spot on. An outstanding player, De Leon. I'm very impressed with him.
Shot was from Gorosito, one of the substitutes in the second half for Argentina. Zioli in goal can breathe a little easier now, with the 2-goal cushion earned by the second goal from Ruben Sosa. His second of the game too. And the world champions are in trouble. Francescoli. Foul on Pereira. Correa is the other substitute on there, number 8 for Uruguay. So a free kick to the defending champions of the America Cup. And clearly they have every intention of holding on to that title if they possibly can. Free kick going wide from Herrera. Well, Don, you've yet to see Brazil. I saw them the other night, and I've seen Uruguay, and I don't think there's too much to choose between the two of them, but
no.
Uruguay on this showing, clearly going to take some stopping, aren't they?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, they're such a good, well-organised team. You know, they're good, they're skillful, and yet the defenders are terrifically organised. I mean, they're always going to be a threat with people like Paz and Sosa, always. They're going to take some beating. I think Brazil have got it all to do.
Batista's pass. Trujillo. Cut up there by Herrera. And a lot of the Uruguayan players will look back on this game with a lot of satisfaction. Argentina, well, they played better in the second half. Another yellow card. Lost track of them all now. Played better in the second half, Argentina, but without really getting hold of the game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you see, what's happened is they come out, and like I said before, their attitude's a lot better. They want to get the ball forward. They want to get people forward. They want to get crossing the box. And yet it overflows with the referee. And they won't accept decisions, and they get round the keeper. And in the end now, they've lost their composure. So in the end, they give a goal away.
2-0 down, and Uruguay, well, still looking for a third if they can possibly find one. I think they'll settle for the two, though. Here's Maradona. Got a kick for his troubles then, which won't have pleased him. Herrera back there defending. Trujillo. Here's Maradona limping quite noticeably there. Still able to curl the ball tantalisingly in. Francescoli with an easy save at the end, just collecting the ball. There's still time to set Uruguay off on another salty upfield. 2 minutes to go. And this man has been the difference between the two sides in terms of finishing things off. Sosa with 2 goals, Alzamendi there. Here's Pereira. And don't forget, coming up after this game, it's Brazil against Paraguay. Argentina surely now heading for a second defeat, which will end their hopes of winning the America Cup. But a result that will certainly keep Uruguay right up there in contention. Leon just steering the ball back to Zioli. Leon, as Don was saying, again, so strong at the back. He was equally impressive against Paraguay. And although the game will be remembered for the 2 goals of Sosa and that individual piece of, well, sheer genius really from Maradona, I think Uruguay too will give a lot of credit to the likes of De Leon at the back. Herrera. We're now into time added on for stoppages. Francescoli. Herrera. Alzamendi. Still time for another goal if Uruguay keep pressing here. Here's Herrera. Little chip. Just gathered under the crossbar then by Pompidou. Argentine heads are dropping now. They look rather tired out there, rather laboured now. Shot from Pereira. Having seen Maradona, everybody wants to try one now from long range.
Yeah.
Perhaps it'll catch on in England.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, I mean, these days goalkeepers do play a lot farther off the line than they used to. You know, they spend their time, especially when the ball's in midfield, towards the edge of the box, you know, on the penalty spot, out towards the edge of the box. So every now and again, it could be that someone with a little bit of accuracy from around the halfway line could catch them out.
We'll look forward to Queen's Park Rangers trying that on next season.
I hope so.
I noticed a moment or so ago, Maradona with a very tired-looking pass. And they're looking a bit dejected, a bit despondent now, Argentina. Maradona had dropped back deep in his own half. And Alzamendi looking to expose Argentina again. Osvaldo came across. Here's Maradona. The final whistle blows. It's a 2-0 win for Uruguay. The hero, Ruben Sosa, scorer of both their goals. Argentina with no answer really to his finishing power, and for them, well, it's a depressing second defeat from 2 matches so far in this final series of the America Cup. Uruguay the better side and deserving their win overall. So after 2 games, Uruguay then 4 points.